Hi, good morning. This is Minnie, Idar, and this video is for my carbohydrate fermentation results. And this is after actually, I'm pretty sure more than 12 hours. I think it's probably like 14 hours of incubation that I did with my phenol broth and with my fructose and my glucose and my mantolin. These are the results. This is after adding the active culture in my broth, which is the epidermis and the yeast. See, I see more, I have my results, but with the glucose, the epidermis didn't have any changes. It's still, the color is still red. So it means that because it's still red, there's an absence of fermentation. So this bacteria does not react. So that's why it's still red, so it's negative. So it means that the organism does not utilize carbohydrates. That's what it means. That's why it's still red. So that's why it's red right here. And that's for the glucose. And it's the same thing for the fructose. So it's still negative, the epidermis, it's still negative. And same as the other one, the mantolin, it's also negative, the epidermis. So there's an absence of fermentation on the epidermis, on the organism. Means that it's not using carbohydrates. So that's why it's negative. So now we go to the yeast or cerevisiae. So number one is the glucose. As you can see, there's a reaction. So I would say this is, to me, it looks like it's bright yellow. And there's a red in a little touch of red inside the Durham tube. So that means there's a gas formation on this. So there's a gas formation. And the organism did ferment the yeast, the cerevisiae. It did use, there's acid production and acid and gas fermentation on the glucose. You can see it's right there. The next one is the fructose. It's the same way. There's also acid and gas fermentation because it's yellow. And you see the color change. Yellow color and the production of gas and acid. So that's good. So it's a good results. And the last one is the mantolin, which is also the same results. So overall, I got the reaction on the yeast or the cerevisiae, but I didn't get a reaction on my epidermis. So it means that the yeast actually utilizes carbohydrates and the epidermis doesn't. So that is the conclusion. And that's after adding my active broth, which is the cerevisiae and the epidermis, to the phenol broth. After 12 hours of incubation, the results are that the yeast actually reacts or utilizes carbohydrates in contrast with the with the epidermis. And that concludes my results for my carbohydrate fermentation for my bio class 225. Thank you very much.